Hello and welcome. I am the Savage Goddess, Charlie Bliss, and this is Sunday Sadhana. And I'll just go ahead and get right into it because I'm going to tell you right now. I promised myself that I was going to do these every week because yoga is my shit. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, so many different things that I grasp from the yogic tradition has really helped me in my life, and my purpose is to help other people who are interested in this same thing, the same way of life. I call it my Ahimsa lifestyle. People who are interested in that same way of life, I want them to have a go-to that may look like them. Just saying. I'm a real ass chick, and I hope to be doing a lot of things this year, but we're going to get right into it because I am tired. And I told myself I was going to do this regardless of whatever. Every Sunday, I will be putting out a Sunday sadhana. Now, first thing I want to go into is what is sadhana. It is a spiritual practice. I directly relate this to the yoga niyamas of tapas and swadhyaya. If you're a yogi, you know what that is. The tapas is the fire. Swadhyaya is a self-study, and you have to put that together. That discipline from the fire allows you to move forward in your study because nobody's holding a gun to your head and saying, hey, you need to praise and worship. You need to have a spiritual practice. This is stuff that you have to do yourself. So tapas is always face forward when it comes to that. So what I'm going to do, because the Sadhana Pada of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, that's what we'll be studying over these next 55 sessions that you'll have with the Sunday Sadhana with me. I might have to do a couple at the end of the year, a couple more than once, to ensure that I get all 55 in, because the Sadhana Pada, which is book 2 of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, has 55 chapters, so we'll have to go through each one. And again, maybe at the end of the year there'll be a little love going on in there, and I'll put a couple of extras. For now, I have to get into the swing of things and make sure that I at least do one a week. So happy Sunday sadhana. Today is the 6th of January 2019, and Happy New Year to all those people who have tuned into this channel to get you a little knowledge. All of you truth seekers, you knowledge thirsty people, Happy New Year to all of you, and I hope that 2019 is more lit than 2018 was. Let's get to it because I am tired. So there's 3 books that I have right now. I don't have my favorite one. Earlier in the year, some things happened and I lost almost all of my books, but a few of them stayed and remained. And of course, one of my favorite books is one of the ones that got taken. So I used to have 4 copies. I have 3 copies currently of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. One of them is Swami Vivekananda's rendition or translation. One is Charles Johnston, and the other is Edwin Bryant. So I have those 3 copies, and the one that has gave me the most clarity or has touched home with me most out of these 3 books is the translation by Edwin Bryant. I actually got this after seeing Kino Yoga's book list. She does things where she's chanting the Yoga Sutras with her students. I thought that was amazing, so I wanted to incorporate that into my teacher training as well, which I will have another one this year. I have to get settled and stuff first. I have a move that I'm making. Once I make that move, I will be advertising when and where the teacher training for 2019 will be. So anyway, we're starting from the beginning of chapter 2. It is the Sadhana Pada, the chapter on spiritual practice, the practice itself, being able to connect yourself, connecting the movement with the practice. That is the spiritualness. That's what the yoga is all about. It doesn't have to be super spiritual for you. Yoga for me is a spiritual space. It doesn't have to be spiritual for you. You can take this practice of the yoga or the sadhana away from the movement and just have a separate swadhyaya or separate study practice that is your spiritual practice. I like to combine them. Here, and I'll read it in Sanskrit, and then I will tell you the definition. And again, the one that I'm going by today is the Edwin Bryant, and I'll read it in Sanskrit, and then I will read it in and let you know what the translation. Sanskrit language is vibrational. So these are rough translations of what that may mean. So the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, 2nd chapter, verse 1. Tapa Swadhyaya Yesvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Tapa Swadhyaya Yesvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Tapa Swadhyaya Yesvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. And it says that Kriya Yoga is the path of action, consists of self-discipline, study, and dedication to your divine. It says roughly something different, but this is my damn translation, so I'm going to say what I want. How I interpret it, because that's exactly what goes on in the Yoga Sutras. People take them and translate them and make them into or what they feel from them. What is it that you feel from that? So it's spoken of fire here. Fire, it helps to purify, and it's I think that this being the first of the Sadhana Pada is saying at this point, what you need to understand is you have to be disciplined in order to move forward in action. That action only can happen if you detoxify, if you move forward in discipline, and if you study. So if you were to bring this into the everyday life, into life as we know it, as how we are in modern day times, to me that is saying get off your ass. In order to achieve, you have to get up off your ass and make things happen. You have to study. You have to have discipline. You have to make sure that you're doing these things in ordered in the steps. You need to detoxify, shed of things that don't serve you in this moment in your journey. Yeah, so that's what I think that this particular meaning has. And again, today's video is probably going to be the shortest one. I'm just very weary, very tired. It may be short ones throughout the year, but the promise is that I'll make sure that I get through. Hopefully you guys got some comments. How do you feel about the particular verse? What does it make you feel? And I do want to say, as a disclosure, I meant to say this at the beginning, but I didn't have my notes in front of me at first. I believe that there are many paths but one divine. On this channel, I'm going to offer my personal insight from my path. Enjoy it. Watch it with an open heart and open mind. And that's it. Thank you for watching. And have a magnificent day, night, evening, or whatever, full of love and light. Namaste, bitches.